morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on inside to another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. It's time for a midweek mailbag episode. I've got a jam-packed episode full of questions from the Roll Gangsters on Twitter on deck for you guys this morning. Some really juicy questions like my favorite terms for cannabis and some personal questions. Super excited to dive on into it with the Roll Gangsters tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You guys are all the shit. Thank you all for being here and being alive this morning. It is such a blessing to have the ability to smoke some weed with you guys this morning because after all, we have awoke. So now we have a smoke as per stoner law. Super excited to dive on into the midweek mailbag this week. But before I do, and while I roll up this joint this morning of some GLP, let's give a quick shout out to the sponsors of the show because they make it hot. They make it happen for the Weekday Wake and Bake, and also help out the Roll Gangsters in the process. First and foremost, WWnB University, the first ever cannabis college and the place to go to claim your stake in this budding industry. If you guys are looking to learn how to grow cannabis yourself, which is basically the pinnacle of the entire shit, you need to go to WWnB and get a certificate from all of the professional horticulturists that teach specifically how to grow potent and clean cannabis. The whole way from seed to veg to flowering to harvest to cure. You can learn it all at WWnB University, the first ever cannabis college and the Harvard of this budding industry. Use promo code ROLLINGSPOON, one word, Rolling Spoon, to get 10% off your tuition at WWnB and learn about this unbelievable plant and how it works with your body or how to start a cannabis business. WWnB University in Oakland, California is the place to go to learn about this amazing plant. And also, the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, helping me to roll a dime every time on every episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. You guys can see me scooping my herb from my giant grinder to my rolling paper here. The rolling spoon helps me to get this perfectly even distribution so that whenever I go to spark it, whenever it's finally rolled, if the distribution is even enough, then it'll burn perfectly even as well. So I'm going to use my the straight edge of my rolling spoon to pank down the snake internally of the joint, which basically molds it to the perfect cigarette shape we're looking for. We roll little ciggies of cannabis every time on every episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, and this is no different. Boom, Roll Gang. We got a pearl to smoke while we go on over these mailbag questions. Shout out to all of the people who decided to participate in this week's mailbag. Really fucking appreciate the questions. Twitter Roll Gangsters, you guys are the OGs. Let's spark up without further ado and get on into these questions. The first one's coming from @FreshPrince007, a great friend of the show. Fresh Prince, Prints 007, says, what is your favorite word for cannabis? So it's very commonly known that I love the word cannabis. I don't like marijuana. I don't really like weed. I like cannabis. It's professional and it is iconic. However, this plant has more names than any other plant I have ever heard of. Did you ever think about that? This plant maybe has more names than any other plant. You know, there are just so many different things that people call this amazing herb. My personal favorite right now is pressure. Smoking on some fucking pressure. But I also love Dro, D-R-O, which is short for hydroponic. A lot of people don't know that. And also, I love the word pot because it's a homage to the fact that this amazing plant is a plant grown in a pot. So I love calling it pot when I'm trying to be a little facetious. But those are my favorite words for cannabis. Pressure, pot, herb, dro. When you got some bad herb, you got some swag or some Cali weed. I love to call it Cali weed. Any weed from California is Cali weed. Huge shout out Fresh Prince 007 for the awesome question. I hope Fresh Prince smoking some pressure this morning as well. Really appreciate everybody tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. The Weekday Wake and Bake live every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, noon Eastern. I hope you guys all got one lit and we're session together because that's what I love to do, sesh with you guys. At Tatiana Malone says, if you could exchange lives with anybody, who would it be? What a question. I have to think about this one for a sec, roll gangsters. I really wouldn't want to exchange my life with anyone. Honestly, I was thinking like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. They're too old. Justin Bieber's got his system too fucked up off drugs. You know, I really don't think I'd want to be anybody else. Maybe, you know, I will spin this. I will take, if I had to exchange lives with anybody else, I would exchange lives with Max Verstappen, the reigning Formula One champion. He's my age. He's a 1997 baby and incredibly talented Formula One driver. I'd probably exchange lives with Max, but I'm going to be real with you guys. That's only if I had to exchange lives with someone, because personally, I'm perfectly fine being your processor, and I love my flow. Waking up, baking with the Roll Gangsters, 198 weekdays in a row. Absolutely love tapping in with you guys. I don't think I'd want to exchange lives with anyone, but if you had to exchange lives, if you were forced, I would pick Max Verstappen. Let me know who you would pick in the comments. Next up, we got at King of the North, N-O-T-H, King of the North, says, what all can you do with that spoon? Hey, great fucking question, King of the North. I appreciate you tuning in and participating in this Wake and Bake. Also, a quick shout out to the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, the subject of this question. You got the scooper to help you scoop your herb to your paper or to your bowl piece. Woo! You got the poker, help you poke in the other side or de-bowl your bowl. You got the straight edge to make sure you got that even distribution. The credit card mode. Even a little cutout on the back so that whenever you're scooping it off of your tray, you can collect it all in the back of the spoon. But one of my favorites that not a lot of people know about, if you place the spoon on the straight edge and you have a lit joint, you can use it as a joint coaster. It's the joint coaster mode. So place your joint in the little crevasse of the spoon, and you can lean it up so that it doesn't burn anything, doesn't burn the table. It'll stay lit, actually. Stay perfectly lit. Hey, shout out at Ganja Queen Music Official on Instagram. Says, I'm digging that coffee mug. Hey, appreciate it. The Wake and Bake Coffee Company. Original coffee mug. I don't know if that's an actual coffee company, but it should be. So, shout out at King of the North. What all can you do with that spoon? Lots of shit. Lots of cannabis shit. And not. I mean, you can eat your yogurt with it, stir your tea. It's a great sugar spoon. But I personally use mine to help me roll a dime every time. We got a juicy question coming up next from @FreeMoxie15. But before I get on into it, shout out Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college and the place to go to claim your stake in this budding industry. Use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your home grow course or your cannabis course and learn about this amazing plant from the Harvard of cannabis, Oaksterdam University. So @FreeMoxie15 says, are you currently single? And I really I appreciate the question. It's not always such an easy question to answer. I am currently single, definitely currently single, but nobody's emotionally clean, if you know what I mean. I definitely still have hard feelings for I'm sure a lot of roll gangsters know who she is. The one who started the Weekday Wake and Bake with me, but we're going to see how that happens, and I am currently single at the moment. If that means I'm ready to mingle or not, I'm not quite sure. I'm definitely always mingling, I'm always down for some positive vibes and good energy, but am I currently single? I think the answer is yes. But is my brain all single right now? Probably not, I definitely catch feelings hard, and when I love something hard as fuck. So I'm still tripping a little bit, but aren't we all? All tripping in love. Isn't that the Beyonce song? Crazy in Love. I think that's it. Beyonce. Shout out Beyonce. And shout out the last question here on this Weekday Wake and Bake midweek mailbag episode @ScottyG23, OG friend of the show, someone I hit up almost every midweek mailbag question, says, can you please stop asking? This is the nicest way he's asked, which scares me a little bit. Normally, I send Scotty G a DM, hit me up with a question for my mailbag, and he normally says, shut the fuck up, like, stop answering, or stop asking, stop hitting me up. He hits me with the crazy bants, and I like to end the show with the banter from shout out Scotty G23, but this time, he actually said please. Oh, fuck. I am not going to stop asking, Scotty. I am going to, as respectfully as you asked me to stop asking, I'm going to respectfully decline. You're going to have to unfollow and block if you want Scotty G23. But, I kind of think we like our little banter. If you guys listen to any of the last midweek mailbag episodes, Scotty G23 always popping on with the banter, and I'm not gonna stop asking you. If you want to stop asking me, then stop replying. But I know that you love me, Scotty G, and I know that I love you back, and all the roll gangsters. mutually loving relationship with your processor for the Wake and Bake every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. It is an absolute pleasure to hop on and burn one with you guys. I am going to go and finish the rest of this joint. Shout out Cali420 Love tuning in and everybody else who is tuning in on live this weekday morning. I will see you tomorrow morning for a Canna News Thursday episode to break down the latest and greatest in cannabis industry news. Always an exciting episode to gauge what's going on in the country and in the world of cannabis. So make sure you tune in, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, the Weekday Wake and Bake with your Processor Sky. I hope you have a great day, Roll Gang. I will see you tomorrow. Mwah!